Hi, sweetheart. Grandpa Birch here. Hey, we got another story time for you. It's the Berenstain Bears Learn About Heaven. Have you ever wondered about heaven? Learn about heaven with the Berenstain Bears. Oh, for heaven's sake, said Lizzie Bruin as her popsicle fell from her stick to the ground. Plop! It lay there in a oozy, chocolatey mess. Here, said Sister, holding out her own popsicle. You could share with me. They'd been to the ice cream stand down the road and were heading back to the Bear family's treehouse to play. Thank heavens yours didn't fall off too, said Lizzie, as they took turns licking the yummy ice cream. Said Sister to herself. Lizzie's talk about heaven started her thinking. Lizzie, she said, what do you think heaven is? Well, said Lizzie, I don't know. I guess it's big, fluffy white clouds in the sky with angels flying around, playing golden harps and stuff like that. What do you think heaven is like? I suppose so, sister, but Mama once told me that heaven is where God dwells or lives with all those who had faith in him. Sure, said Lizzie, that too. Does God have a house in heaven? Wondered Sister. I don't know, said Lizzie. I think he has a throne, though. Sister liked thrones. Princesses and had thrones. She imagined a golden throne in heaven, covered with diamonds and other shiny gems. Oh my, look at that throne. Sister and Lizzie met brother and cousin Fred on their way to the park to play baseball. Heavens to Betsy, cried brother, pretending to be surprised when he saw them. If it isn't my little sister and her charming friend Lizzie. Greetings! Lizzie giggled. But Sister didn't laugh. She was still thinking about heaven. Brother, she said, what do you think heaven is? Huh? Said brother. Now really surprised. But cousin Fred, who read the dictionary for fun, answered her. What did cousin Fred in the dictionary say? Heaven, Fred explained, is a place regarded as the abode of God and the angels, and of the good after death, often traditionally depicted as being above the sky. Above the sky? Asked Sister, puzzled. Traditionally depicted as, nodded Fred. Her sister tried to imagine something being above the sky, but it was a challenge. Oh, how can I imagine that? I just can't imagine. What is heaven like? Brother and cousin Fred headed for the park, while Sister and Lizzie continued on their way. They passed Grizzly Gramps and Gran's house. Sister could see Gran through the windows. Rocking in her rocking chair, Sister decided to knock on the door. Gran poured the cubs glasses of milk and put out a plate of cookies as they sat down together. While Sister and Lizzie Bruin cried, Gran, answering the door. How good to see you. Come on in. Oh. Gran poured the cubs glasses of milk, and they put out a plate of cookies as they sat down together. Now, cubs, said Gran, rocking away. What's on your minds? There is something on my mind, admitted Sister. I've been wondering about heaven. Gran, what do you think heaven is? Well, now, said Gran, that's a pretty big subject. There are lots of ways to think about heaven. She got up and took the Bible down from the shelf. She turned the pages looking for something. I think this is the most beautiful description of heaven, said Gran. It's from the book of Revelation. Then the angel showed me a river of the water of life, as clear as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and the Lamb down the middle of the great street of the city. On each side of the river stood a tree of life bearing 12 crops of fruit, yielding its fruit every month. Sister and Lizzie were very, very thoughtful as they walked home. Gran was right. Heaven was a pretty big subject. That Sunday, the Bear family went to church as usual. They sat in their pew as usual, and they sang hymns and prayed and read the Bible verses as usual. And as usual, Preacher Brown went to the pulpit to give his sermon. But this sermon was not as usual, as it was all about the kingdom of heaven. And what's more, it was about the little children. Preacher Brown read from the book of Matthew. Jesus said, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." Jesus is telling us that heaven is like a kingdom filled with all those who believe in him, explained the Preacher Brown. To truly have faith in Jesus, we must become simple and loving like little children. He then asked all the children of the church to come forward. There are many ways to think about heaven, said Preacher Brown. It is the dwelling place of God and his angels. It is where our loved ones who have passed away go to be with God. But it's also all of us here, all who have faith in Christ, all those who have the faith of a little child, such as the kingdom of heaven. He lined up all the little children in the front. And Sister and the cubs stood before the church. They felt the love of Christ and his people surround and embrace them. And that was heavenly indeed. We all love the little children. And that's the end of the story. The Berenstain Bears learn about heaven. All right. And that's it for now. And remember, Grandpa Bert's loves you.